such an asshole.
In my mind, or at least through my eyes, I don't understand why I have to repeat this. Um, Especially given that Biden, I don't know if it's going to go through or not, but Biden says he's going to bail out student loan holders. And also, I guess in my world, I'm on the internet, so I get an alternative message, or at least an empirical one, I'd like to think. And so it kind of shocks me. Like, do you young people not see how much a joke college is? Do you not see it? And then I realized, well, wait, when I was young, all we heard about was college. We didn't watch the news. You guys are probably watching TikTok or something like that. And you're in this environment where probably your parents, certainly your teachers, and all of your environment up until that point has been college, 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 college. And for those of us out of the system, those of us who aren't high school kids or young 20 somethings, we look back and like college was a waste of time. It was overpriced. It was a joke. And that's back in my day when it wasn't too egregiously expensive. And you just had empirical proof that college is a bad investment, a bad idea for at least a certain percentage of people because they need a student loan bailout. We're talking people in their 30s, even sometimes in their 40s and 50s. And this is why you got to go. You can't listen to your teachers. You cannot listen to your parents. You have got to go and search. But forget search alternative messages. That you're just searching for a message. What you need to do is sit down and think. Is 4 years of my youth and $120,000 to follow my heart and the money will follow degree, is that going to be a smart choice? Is that going to result in me having a good job and a stable financial future? And the answer is no. But again, you're stuck at school 8 hours a day, and largely most parents don't care about their kids. They themselves don't. Oh, any degree is a good degree. I'll just pay for it. Oh no, student loan bailouts. So I feel for you, but can you share this with the younger kids so we don't? You could be the one that paid, so that other people don't have to. Share this with your friends. Hi, Aaron. Please keep me anonymous. Just to give you a background, 21-year-old living in a major metro suburb, living at home with my parents. For the past 3 years, I've been working full-time at a place, making $15 an hour. For these past 3 years working, I've managed to save the $40,000. All right, right now, hang on. Now, let me look up, just so you look it up. Average savings. What is this? By income. Just, bleeping damn it, people. Just give me the data. Average American households. That includes the husband and wife, by the way. Households, not individuals, households. The average household has a median balance of $5,300 and an average balance, that means a mean average, of $41,000. So that is brought up heavily by rich people. You have the average amount of savings, the mean average, meaning you have 5-8 times the amount the median household, that's 2 people, have. You are doing better than the adults, the average adults mid-career at $40,000. The average student comes out with a negative net worth, and 80% of them, I'll get into this later, 80% of them with a completely worthless, unemployable degree. And more modernly, is in the past 3 years, which I'm not terribly unsympathetic with, absolutely zero work ethic and a refusal to work. So even if they wanted to work, they wouldn't, because everything is beneath them, because they're Jessica and Jason Christ, according to the liberal arts professor, who is going to save the children and the minorities, or save the planet or the whales or something like that. You are not only ahead of nearly every kid that you went to high school with, that went to college, you are ahead of nearly at least half the adults, median household. And even those who are better off, I'd have to look at the distribution between the median and the mean and figure it out. But you are doing better than half the adult population in the United States. And all I'm asking you to do is look at empirically your numbers that you're putting up versus what you feel because of the environment you're in and you've been conditioned to go to school. I need you to start looking outside of what your teachers and your parents and guidance counselors told you. You are better off than most adults who've been out of college for a long time. You are way better off than your average high school graduates, your peers who are now going to be college graduates. And yes, 20% of them will go on and actually do something with their career and make some money and all that. But the other 80% are going to wallow and be financially drained and miserable and poor, or at least lower middle income for the rest of their days because they majored in something stupid until they go back to college to spend even more money to get an actual real skill or trade. You tell the young people, here's how bad college is. This is not an opinion. Every client I've had, like you, who stayed at home and worked and didn't go to college because you didn't know what you wanted to do. That's great. That's fine. You have all come out financially ahead of your college educated peers because college is that bad of a proposition. A college degree does not mean anything. Matter of fact, if you're talking to real people in the real world, having a college degree is a net negative, not only obviously financially, but even more modernly because you're a political risk because you're filled with such woke Marxist crap, you're not going to work or you'll sue the company. And only if you're in one of the top 20% of degree earners like engineering, accounting, something that makes money, are those people going to do better. You are doing better than all of them. And the measuring stick should not be whether you got a piece of paper. How many pieces of paper you got? Did they give you a kindergarten graduation? Wasn't that cute? Okay, did you get your kindergarten diploma? All right. Then you graduate from grade school. All right. I don't know. Do they give that? Then there's middle school. All right, another one. Then there's high school. Okay, that's great. Has any of that landed you a job? I mean, you got a job. Yeah, some of it did, I guess. You got a job. Do you need yet another piece of paper that is also not going to land you a job? Now, you will have to choose something. $15 an hour working entry-level job that you're doing. You're going to have to do something. Yes, you're living at home, all right? You'll never have to live out on your own. And that's fine. But right now, in not following the herd, for once when your parents said it, it actually was right. If all your friends jump off a bridge with you, you didn't jump off the bridge. Most of your friends did. And while this is the last year, you're 21, right? So this is the last year where it's really cool. They're all, we're seniors. I'm going to graduate. It's finally over. I remember there was this girl bragging because she graduated from the Carlson School of Management saying, look out, world. Here comes this POC. What's the word POC? And it's, person of color. Girl boss is going to rule the world. I'm like, oh, man, like that woman's going to fail. That girl, as a child, adult child, what she was. She's going to fail. And that's all how hyped up. Because your entire peer group has been lied to, as was mine, about exactly how successful you're going to be in the world with your college degree. And so you're going to find out it's going to be another year. There'll be a year of celebration and finding themselves. But wait till they're 23. Give it another 2 years. Wait till they're 23 and you see how boss girl she is. You see how I said, dude, bro, graduated my business degree. Got my degree in criminal justice. I'm going to go to law school. Watch out for those guys when they're 27 and absolutely financially ruined for the rest of their lives. And all of a sudden, you're going to be sitting there with 4 years work experience at the same employer. Maybe not a glorious thing, but shows reliability, shows employability. And you're going to be sitting on 60 grand by that time. You could actually start looking for a down payment on a house. You know, most people in their 30s can't afford a house because of their student loan problems, because they're morons and majored in dumb crap. They need a bailout. Those are people 10 to 15 years older than you, and you're in better financial shape than them. You might actually be able to own a piece of property because you didn't major instead of pissing it away on whatever Marxist gender studies. You just saved, you worked. You made your $15 an hour. You lived at home. You saved it. Now you got money. Amazing. It's so complicated, finances they are. And then you're going to see at 23, 24, 25, the people are like, oh, I got to get back and get a master's. And now we're talking squarely into the 30s. You'll be 30 and you'll probably be promoted at minimum to supervisor. Or maybe you went back to school part-time online for accounting. And you got yourself an accounting degree. And now you're making $50 an hour because we're so hard up for accountants. And then you'll have a lot of money. You'll like own a little condo and maybe an okay car. And then they'll go back to your 10-year reunion. And all these girls that wouldn't give you the time of day and all these dude bros, they're going to, I'm getting my master's. Yeah, bro, get my MBA. I'm going to get my master's in social work. So you're like, okay, so you're going to be 30 and still going to school? And you're going to have $250,000 in debt instead of merely $150,000? And then you give it to your 20-year reunion. I'd never been to any of my reunions. And they're going to be probably with kids, married and divorced. They'll still have their student loan debts. They'll be struggling to keep bragging. And you're going to see yourself on so much a better trajectory because you didn't go to college and impair yourself financially at such an early stage. Quite literally, here, Romans, lend me your ears. If your choices are go to college for a worthless degree or just work entry level, you're going to come out light years ahead of people who go to college for a worthless degree. You could work at McDonald's. You could work at the place you're working. You could drive Uber Eats. You could drive truck. You could literally do anything and come out further ahead than them because they have a negative net worth. And when they graduate, even with their master's, the degree they have only qualifies them to do the job you've been doing probably since you were 16 or 17. It's the sad truth about 80% of college degrees that are conferred. So you got to stop looking at college through the lens of a high school student. You got to look at it through the lens of a functional adult who wants to make money and have a good financial and stable life in the future. College is toxic. It is a horrible financial proposition. It is not an investment. It is a luxury good. For 80% of the people, it is a luxury good where they spend it and they party and they go into debt for it. It is a vanity product where people buy and think, I'm so intelligent because I have a degree. And it's like, no, you're actually really freaking stupid. It's also kind of it's so boring. It's so common. Unless, again, you have a degree in engineering or physics. You're a surgeon, you're going to med school. Oh, you have a business degree? Oh, you have a criminal justice degree? How common. 2/3 of high school graduates go to college. It's common. It's not exceptional anymore. It doesn't mean you're smart. And again, if you're majoring in what 80% of the kids do, you're majoring in something stupid. And you are a stupid person. You're a very dumb person. Not you. I'm talking the 80% of them. College used to be for the elites, intellectual elites, and then, of course, people who had money. Now they've made it available and accessible to every freaking moron. So they could take your money, give you a joke of a worthless degree, and then you're like, I'm so smart. You walk out telling people who run the world that you really ought to do things our way because my professor who never worked in the real world says Marxism is good and you hate women. I mean, tell me how far away that is from the truth now. And you're not going to have debt? You got 40 grand cash? If I were you, young man, I would look into ROTC. I would start looking into accounting, start looking into engineering. I'd start taking some classes online, 1 or 2 through Western Governors University or ASU Online or any other accredited online college. So you could just kind of start, get a feel for it. Make us a prereqs out of the way. I think the military would be a good stint for you. They'll pay for your college afterwards. And I linked down below to a book called Worthless, The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. You may decide you don't want to go to college. You may decide, no, I'd rather go to school to learn how to be a truck driver. Make $70,000, $80,000 a year within like 6 months. Just got to go to school for, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, learn how to drive a truck. You could work another job. You could deliver Uber. You could do van life. You could travel. You could learn computer programming. You don't have to go to school for accounting. Just get certified in QuickBooks. Go tune into the Elkins Accounting Hour. He talks about that. He's going to have a course coming out on how to do that, get a career in accounting. Become an enrolled agent. Just take some classes online. Figure it out. You don't even have to go to school to get you get your prereqs. No, I'm just going to take that class to learn it, which at that point, I don't even know why you'd go to college. Just grab a textbook and teach yourself accounting. Dude, you avoided stepping on the largest landmine that every American idiot high school graduate usually steps on. Sanctimonious, arrogant little prick American high school graduates think they're so smart. They're going to say, all the commencement ceremonies, you're going to save the world and do great things. No, they're going to bitch and whine for a bailout in 15 years. You are so far ahead of these people, you don't know it. You just got to take out those high school eyes and put in real world adult eyes and be like, oh crap, are they effed? And it won't be apparent until about they're 23 and they can't find a job and they're working the exact same job you are. Little bit of advice on the side, we'll get to the rest. You think, don't tell any girls you got 40 grand. Absolutely don't tell them that. Do not piss away your money on a fancy car. Please go get my book, Worthless, The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. And while you're at it, please go get Bachelor Pad Economics. I got a copy of it right here. Please go get that and read through it. And you'll immediately, I know it's going to take a while to read through some of this. You'll immediately stop feeling bad about yourself by that time. And you'll have a much clearer idea on how to become successful. And you'll be like, man, that is the best thing I ever did, not going to college. I didn't go to college after high school because I had no idea what to do with my life. Outstanding. Then you should not go to college. You made the right choice. That was very smart. Earlier this year, I started taking interest in computer programming. There we go. And now I'm currently attending a local community college, taking a class online as a part-time student, computer science. Great. But you're winning. So much winning. You're going part-time. You ain't going into debt. You're working your job, getting some good exercise, learn a little bit online. You're doing great. Being 21 years old, I already feel behind in life knowing that I wasted the past 2 years doing a crappy wage job with no real skills. Nope, you did not waste your time. You have $40,000 more than you not only have more than $40,000 more, you likely have $160,000 more because these kids went 120 grand into debt. I cannot emphasize it. You are only behind in the outdated and obsoleted perspective and mindset of school. School is not the real world. School is a big, large babysitting operation because your parents didn't want to homeschool you. That's what school is. It's an artificial environment that has no bearing on the real world. Ooh, your high school graduating peers are doing good at school. That's not the real world now, is it? You're in the real world. You're working. You have $40,000. They don't. They're at least $40,000 in debt. And you have a work ethic now. You think these the current college students are even being taught a work ethic? They're taught victimization, victimhood, woe is me, crybaby, boo-hoo-hoo, and traitism. Look it up. Even if they did get a degree in unemployment, it's debatable whether they'd show up for the job on time or whether they'd be a sufferable or insufferable employee. Do-do-do-do. All the people I went to high school with are already graduating in the next year and progressing in life. They're not progressing in life. No, they're not. They are not. Unless they are in engineering, they are not progressing in life. Well, I just waste my time doing the same stuff every day for the past 3 years. That's not wasting your time. You worked. By the time I finished with school, I'll be close to 25 years old. Oh, no, not 25. Whatever will you do with the remaining 55 years of your life? Well, living at home, I have very few expenses, which include paying car insurance, gas, and a phone bill. I drive a used payoff car, so I don't worry about that. Oh. For some reason, I feel like I'm doing something wrong in my life. Nope. You feel like you're doing something wrong because what you taught was right is wrong. You were taught to go to school and get good grades and obey your teachers. You were taught to then go to school you have to pay for, named college, and pay your professors and get good grades. Just so you know, when you got into the real world, you're not taking tests. You're not doing homework. You're not obeying your teacher. You either produce something or you don't. Yeah, you should read the comment section because everyone's going to tell you how further ahead. And guys, tell me if he's ahead or behind. You are so far ahead of your peers. Not good. It really is like college. Imagine this, like college, you go there, you get one leg chopped off. And just because all the kids go there and get their leg chopped, like, look, I got my leg chopped off. Oh man, I'm really smart because my professor said so. And you're like, I don't know if I want my leg chopped off. And here you are, oh, I didn't get my leg chopped off like all the other guys who went to college. For some reason, I feel like I'm doing something wrong with my life. You're not. My question to you is, should I stay in school part-time and continue to work in the job I have, or get a part-time job and go to school full-time to finish faster? Nope. Part-time school, man, because not only because I think it's better and you make money. Computer science is one of those things where you may not have to go to school. Generally, you should be going part-time to inevitably make your way towards a computer engineer, computer programming, or computer science degree, sorry. But also because you also have to get certified in different fields and you have to put together a portfolio, and that's just as important as the college degree, probably even more important. So college, as it pertains to computer science, is not that important as much as it is getting experience putting together. So if you're already proficient in some languages, I'd start putting together a portfolio, see if you can find an internship. I guess you don't need to do boot camps, but if you had a little bit of extra time, I would start certifying, see, and do a little bit of research as to what subfield within computer science you'd like to do. Am I on the right track in life so far? You are on the fast track to life. You aim for 30, dude. Take a look and figure out where you are at 30. That's when all the BS, that's when your parents stop supporting you finally. And like you have to work out in the real world and you're done with your master's degree. Then that's when the real world hits. Sorry for the long message. I would like a video response so others going through a similar situation can benefit from your response. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, did you see how many college graduates were in that one picture? I had all these different options to choose, all these like sea of college graduates. They're flooding the market with these worthless degrees and these worthless people. Do not become a worthless person with a worthless degree. Become a worthwhile person with a work ethic and good skills, whether gained through going and getting a real degree at a real college or just self-certifying in the field of computer science. All right. If you guys kindly would subscribe, let's go to the super chats here, see if we got anything. The link to Worthless is below. It makes a great look for all you American parents that don't love your kids. You don't have the ability to tell them, hey, don't major in dumb crap because nothing's too good for daddy's little princess. Why don't you get them that book, Worthless, and then I'm the bad guy? Hat and Clogs, $2. Shut up and take my money. I will. Hat and Clogs, $2 in. Can you put the link to Missy and Thor in the chat? No. Just search Missy Thor GoFundMe. There's only Missy and Thor. Those are two very unique names, and it's only GoFundMe. You'll see them. She got in an accident. Thanks for looking at that, Hat and Clogs. It's awfully nice of you. Even if it's just a couple bucks. I mean, it just makes Missy happy. Poor girl has been crippled for like a year and a half. I mean, just to see that come in, it makes him happy, you know? That's probably even worth more than the money itself. Where is it? Here it is. Lawn Dart, $10. Got to thank you, Aaron. Went back to get an accounting from Western Governors University after getting a useless economics degree. Almost done, and I'm getting offers from the Big Four and other big firms only for $7,000. Yeah, if you're looking for, well, depending on the school you're going to online, your local community college, you may want to take a look at Western Governors University, shop around a bit. Computer science can be done online, so you don't have to go to the local community college online. You can go any other accredited place online. Good to hear that, Lawn Dart. That's awesome. Glad you salvaged your economics degree. Yep. Usage degrees everywhere. 95% of the rest you don't even need. Yep. College is such a waste. It is such a waste. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.